like, whoa. Time to look at the green thing, right? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Hele, hele. Hi, this is Arson Marsoubian. Where's my chair? This is Arson Marsoubian, host of the Papa Soob Says Show. It's July 13th, 2020, and this is show number 25. Where's my book? My book. Oh. As you know, if you've been following the programs over the weeks, we've switched over to talking about subjects that are in the book. Don't die. 3 essential truths for a fulfilled and happy life. And the commercial is you can get this on Amazon. It's really a great read. You ought to pick it up. There's a lot of good things in here. But today we have a very special guest. And we're going to talk a little bit about subjects in the book, but a little bit more about our lives. Please help me welcome Queenie Marsoubian. Queenie Marsoubian, as you can tell by that name, she's the mother of my children.
Yes, I am.
What's their names? Brad, Lori, and Brian, in that order. And well, we've had a lot of history with Queenie.
Yes, we have. A lot of history.
You know, it's 1970s, late 70s. We went through a pretty bitter divorce, historic, in fact. And a lot of things happened at that time. I often said it's a good thing you didn't own a gun. I probably wouldn't have been here right now. But that putting aside, it really through the grace of God and the consistency and persistency of our children, we're able to be here together in the room and be friends. We've become friends the last few years.
Yes, we have.
How do you deal with that these days?
Well, these days, now that we are friends, it makes it a lot easier for us as it does for our children. There was a time where I wouldn't talk to you, and you'd always say hello, but I was still mad. But time goes by and heals, and God shows you the way to go through all that we've gone through, and now it's good.
You know, in the book, A Heartbeat Away, Are You Ready? We talk about relationships and reconciliation and the importance of that, because at the end, the only thing that really matters is family and friends. And so putting together issues and people that we went sideways with years ago, it's important to put that together. And I think that that's a big part of our friendship and our relationship.
Yes.
I think it's a positive thing. Not giving our age away. Different things.
I'm proud of my age.
Well, how old are you then?
I'm 88 years old. Young.
You look pretty good for 88, I must say. I'm only 85. Just a youngster.
I married a kid.
Yeah, she married a kid. And yeah, that was an interesting time. We had a really great time at our wedding.
Yeah, we did. It was a beautiful wedding.
Yeah, we had a great time at the Holy Trinity Church, and the music I was just playing.
Mm-hmm.
That band was just starting, and Richard Agopian and his orchestra was there to play, and we had a lot of fun.
Yes, it was.
My mother had all of her friends there. We had a few of ours. The weddings have changed these days, and but anyway, that was a fun time. And I want to add one little thing: the song that we played today. We've been playing songs and dancing to rock and roll and other things, but today, because of Queenie being the guest, I thought I'd play some Armenian music. And Hele Hele is saying this is a great night. Hey, let's come together. And one of the songs in there, and one of the lyrics in the song says that for every woman, there is a man. And that's the whole part of that story is a love story and a love dance where he's looking for that very special person in her life. So that's what it meant when it says Hele Hele, and every woman there's a man. So I was lucky you picked me.
Well,
I don't know if
I
said
picked
that.
you.
Yeah, I appreciated that.
I think it was the other way around, wasn't it?
Well, I changed you till you called me.
Oh. Whatever works.
Does that work for you guys? Does it work for you guys? Look, let's see all that on the side there.
Yeah.
Those are all comments that are coming in. Maybe the one was
already?
from
Oh
here.
my gosh! Wow.
It's Lori. Is there anybody else watching besides Lori? Queenie, fast forward from all those years in the past and stuff, but boy, it's only July, and we have had a great year in our life so far.
We have an anniversary coming up.
Yeah, at the end of this month, it'll be, a whole lot of years. And that we've been friends and have known each other and gone through life together. But this year, so far, we've had first great-grandson.
Yes,
Brooks Bitter. And haven't had a chance to see him yet, but we're going to see him. We're going to see him.
Well, we have seen him,
But
not as much as we would like to.
Yeah, or had a chance
But
to
that's
hold
okay.
him like that. But anyway, that aside with the COVID, all that will be gone, and we'll have a lot of years with him.
Yes, we will.
Then we had our first grandchild, Taylor Marsumi, get married, and to a really great guy, Ryan O'Rourke, and they're off to Aptos now. They're not living in town here, and kind of miss them, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
very much.
Yeah, that's going to be a great marriage. Then we also had Matt Marsubian, graduated from high school.
Buchanan High School.
And period in, early on in Matt's life, medical issues. We didn't think Matt would make it to the first grade. But through the grace of God and a lot of prayers, a lot of medicine and care by his parents, here he is graduating.
Yeah.
So proud of you, Matt. We've said it before. He's been on. He was the first guest on my show. And
he did a great job.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, he did a great job.
Great job as an interviewer. So
yes, he did.
Appreciate it, Matt. And then we have look forward to the end of the year. Our oldest grandson, Nick, and Marsupian is going to be graduating from the Citadel. Yeah. You think you'll be able to make that?
I would love to be there for that. I would love to be there for that.
Yeah, I think that has to be a must on your bucket list.
Absolutely, absolutely.
COVID or whatever.
Yeah.
We find a way to get back there to see you, Nick, and sharing that wonderful time.
Yes.
And now we have Sydney Marsupian, which was on the show as well, and she's going to be a junior, if you can believe this.
The great traveler.
Yeah, the great traveler. She's never old. But she's third generation bulldog. I'm so proud that she's stayed here and doing that. Look forward to her graduation. And Rennie, that's been here. I've had the pleasure of living with Lori for the last year, and he's going to be a sophomore next year. And he's studying to take his test as a real estate agent.
Yes, he is.
That's what he wants to do. So we're pretty proud of all our grandkids.
They're all doing good.
How's that? How are those things really? And I'm proud of you for getting through that without crying. Anything you want to add to that?
Well, I'm just really proud of all my grandchildren. They're doing really, really well. They've got high standards. They're good kids. And I love them all. Love them all.
You know, the COVID has taken its toll on a lot of families and a lot of things.
Yes, it has.
How's this been affecting you personally?
Well, I've lived alone for so many years that part's okay. But it's been so long now, 3 months that this has been going on? 4 months?
6. March, April, May, June, July.
Okay.
About 5 months.
Sometimes it gets tiring, frustrated. But I know that this too will pass. It's going to take some time before we go through all of this. And but there will be an end to this, and it will take a while, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
That's true. It's too bad that a lot of people have politicized the whole activity itself, but that's a different story.
Yes, it is.
But you know, you were very active in the church and the social things with the Ladies Guild, and in your Bible study. You had a lot of high school friends that you stayed in touch with, which is amazing. That over the years you guys have stayed close and kept that relationship going. But this is the separation now. How you been keeping in touch with those?
Well, I've got several groups. I've got a birthday group. I've got my high school group. I've got my Golden Girls group. And I just have some of my friends in another group. So we would meet for lunch, and loved every moment of it. All these gals are just great, terrific, and come from different places. And but now we haven't seen each other for all this time, and but I call them up, and they'll call me up and check on me, and I'll check on them, and so it's I keep moving, and things will be all right.
A lot of people have done Zoom to keep up with that.
Yes.
But that could be a little frustrating and technically challenging at times for us to learn all of those methods. So telephone is probably the good old fashioned
Yeah.
telephone, call me up, talk to me.
Yeah.
Is a way to go. You know, Queenie, in our lives, we all have regrets, and we have things that we've done that were really kind of maybe a little risky. Thought, well, maybe I won't do it, but you went ahead and did it. And said, now you look back and say, man, I'm glad I did that. You ever had that one of those experiences?
Yeah, I did. I have a dear friend, Carletta Dealing. We were in the Les Amis Guild together many years ago. And she had a brother that lived in Hawaii. And she came and knocked on my door when I was living in the apartment. And she said, Queenie, she said, you and I are going to go to Hawaii. And we're going to stay with my brother. And I said, oh, we are? And she said, yes. She said, we're going to Hawaii. Well, at that point, I don't think I had ever been to Hawaii. It was the first time that I'd ever been to Hawaii. And my sisters, of course, said, yes, you have to go. You could do it. And so Carletta and I went to Hawaii. We stayed with her brother. He took us everywhere and showed us a lot of stuff we would not have seen otherwise. And it was just a great time and the right time for me to go. It was a little bit of a risk, but we went. And it was terrific.
But
it turned out good.
Yeah, had you not done that, you'd look back later.
Said, yes.
I wish I'd have done that.
Yeah. Exactly.
That was on that side of the coin. Is there anything in your life that you could say, boy, I wish I'd have done that? You know, get to the end of the year, sometimes there's things that you didn't do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I regret not going to Armenia. I would have loved to have gone to Armenia to see where my parents came from. They came from Beatles. They didn't know each other there, but when they both landed in Fresno, they met and they got married. And I tell my grandkids that if it wasn't for my mother coming to this country and my dad coming to this country, I said, none of you kids would be here. And their eyes just open up wide like, yeah, you know, none of us would be here. But it worked out well. And it was just a good time. I would have liked to have gone, but I never did.
You know, a lot of the cities, my parents also came from Armenia, but different towns, and met here in the United States. But as I looked on a map, all of the cities that my parents came from, Dikran and Harput and yours in Beirut, are all part of Turkey now. It's part of the land that was seized from the Armenians in 1950 genocide and in all of the different periods of time where they've been persecuted for their faith. So we really are fortunate to be raised in this country, but it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy on any of them. They came with little money, clothes on their back, a lot of hope, and they worked hard. There was no white privilege. In fact, there was a lot of persecution that they had to suffer for us to get to where we are today.
Right. And
our grandchildren and great-grandchildren will benefit by the risk that they took.
Yeah.
Imagine that, 15, 16 years old, 12, 13 years old, trying to get on a boat, not going where you're going. So that is, well, Queenie, it's been a great conversation. I'm so pleased that you came by. I'd like to have you come back again.
I'd love to.
If you'd love to be able to do this again, it would be fun. In parting, is there anything that you'd like to add, or maybe turn the tables around and you ask me some questions?
Ask you some questions. What can I ask you? Well, I know you're having some little bit of issues right now, but I know you're going to overcome them and everything's going to be okay. And you've got a lot of people praying for you.
Oh boy, that's a true statement.
Yeah.
And I appreciate every prayer.
Yeah, so everything's going to be fine there.
Well, thank you very much. It's 1:20, and that alarm goes off, says that I've got to pray. I got to stop doing what I'm doing. And let me turn that alarm off. I belong to a little group called the 120 Club. And 1:20 every day, the alarm goes off. It's a time to stop and reflect on God, reflect on our lives and our country, pray for our country, pray for our leadership. And so as soon as this is over with, that's what I'm going to do. But I want to thank you very much for stopping in. I hope that you've all had a great time. There's a lot of things on the message board. I'm going to take a real quick look, if you'll hang in with me and see if there's things that we can answer for you. So hang on a minute. Let me go to the board and take a look. See, her makeup looks great. She's practiced yesterday. She does a great job, Morgan. Great outfit choice, Grandma. My favorite earrings of hers. Yes, she was concerned with wardrobe, so she will be great. Tracy Clark, Lori, your mom looks beautiful. I can't believe she's 88. No way. Completely agree. She will be great. Morgan, Uncle Brad, you still on? He left when he didn't hear his name. Lisa Adams, I know how that feels. Ha ha. Brad, still here. Lori, having heart and kidney issues. Tracy, praying for your Papa Soob. What do you move? Love you guys. Thank you very much for all these wonderful comments. Appreciate it. Let's see if there's any on the top that I missed. Oops. Let me get out of here. Thank you very much. Let's play a little bit more of that wonderful Armenian music and see if you can maybe dance along with me. Question. What's your question, Morgan? What's your question, honey? I can't hear your question. Type it in. Whoops, there it goes. Well, just for the record, I did mention your name, Brad. Mentioned as the children. Number one name mentioned. What do you love most about each other, says Morgan. What do you love most about the other? One quality of each of you that you love most in the other. That's a really good question, Morgan. Maybe we'll answer it.
Maybe we'll answer it.
All right, but you can answer the
Well, I think I said it earlier.
Yeah.
Arson just helps me a lot. Whenever we're together with family or whether we're at a sports events for one of the kids, he's right there for me and helping me and holding my hand or pushing my wheelchair or my walker. And I really appreciate him so very, very much for doing all those things for me, because without him, I would not be able to do some of the things that I do, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Quay. And I love her because she loves me. No. Morgan, really have a great deal of love and respect for your grandmother, for all she's gone through, all the difficult things in her life, a lot of which were inflicted by myself. And I've apologized to her. We've had a chance to get through that. But I love her for the woman that she is, and that she's true to her values, and that she loves her family so much. So I hope that answers your question. All right.
Love you all.
Love you all. Chivalry. Good night, everybody. Let's hear a little more music.